Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling stiff in the knees or drained before the day even begins, and chalked it up to just getting older? Many people over 65 accept these struggles as unavoidable symptoms of aging, not realizing that some common morning habits are quietly contributing to those aches, low energy, or dips in mood. The truth is, morning routines matter more as you get older. By the time you hit your 60s, your body's physiology has changed in ways that make small missteps more costly. Perhaps you spring out of bed too quickly, or perhaps you linger under the covers for too long.
You might skip breakfast because your appetite isn't strong, or slouch in a chair scrolling through grim news before you've even sipped water. Over time, these seemingly innocent decisions can set the tone for your entire day, and if repeated each morning, they can seriously undermine your health and comfort. The good news is that once you see these mistakes for what they are, you can reshape your wake-up routine to keep yourself stronger, more alert, and ultimately happier. In this single flowing narrative, we'll look at 5 typical morning mistakes older adults often make and how to dodge them so your 60s, 70s, and beyond can be lived with greater vitality.
Consider the first morning pitfall, abruptly jumping out of bed without giving your body time to transition from sleep. When you were younger, you might have flipped off the alarm and leapt into the shower, barely noticing any discomfort. But after 65, your joints take longer to lubricate, and your muscles can be stiff from reduced overnight circulation. That abrupt shift from horizontal to upright can cause your blood pressure to drop, making you lightheaded or wobbly. You might also feel a shooting pain in the lower back or hips if your joints are unprepared. It's no wonder so many older adults talk about morning twinges, or mini dizzy spells, that strike right after they stand. Over time, these micro-episodes create a sense of unease, making you more cautious about even mild movement, or they can lead to actual accidents, like a slip in the bathroom, because your legs didn't wake up quickly enough.
The simple fix is to spend a minute or two doing gentle in-bed stretches before you place your feet on the floor. Rotate your ankles, bend and extend your knees, roll your shoulders, or even circle your wrists. This rouses your circulation, warms up the joints, and signals your nervous system to maintain stable blood pressure when you finally sit up. Then, once seated on the edge of the bed, pause again, perhaps letting your eyes adjust to the light, focusing on taking slow, calming breaths. This short ritual might add a minute or two to your routine, but the payoff can be immense. Instead of stumbling into the day with tension, you step forward more gracefully, reducing the risk of a misstep or painful jolt. Over weeks, this new approach can diminish the stiff, achy sensation that has become so normalized for many older adults. In turn, that sense of a smoother morning can lift your confidence, encouraging you to stay more active as the day unfolds.
Another major mistake is postponing hydration far too long after waking. It's no secret that older adults often lose their sense of thirst, meaning you might not realize you're dehydrated until you feel faint or develop a headache. Additionally, as you age, your kidneys adapt more slowly to fluid changes. If you skip that first glass of water in the morning, you may remain in a mild state of dehydration from overnight, which can cloud your mental clarity and make your muscles feel heavier. Some seniors joke they wait until breakfast for coffee or tea to count as their liquid intake. But coffee or tea can act as mild diuretics, pushing fluid out of your body rather than replenishing it. Low-level dehydration also impacts your digestive system, contributing to constipation, a complaint many older adults face. Not to mention, if you struggle with stiffness, dryness in your connective tissues won't help. The solution is straightforward yet surprisingly powerful. Keep a glass of water within arm's reach of your bed or in the bathroom.
The moment you finish your gentle stretches and stand up, sip water. Even a half glass can begin rehydrating your tissues, priming your digestion, and boosting your mental alertness. If plain water doesn't entice you, try adding a few drops of lemon juice or a slice of cucumber for slight flavor. You'd be surprised how quickly your morning energy can climb once you address the body's thirst. Over time, consistent morning hydration can also help maintain healthier blood pressure, as thickened blood from dehydration often stresses the cardiovascular system. This daily hydration habit, repeated over months, can mean fewer episodes of wooziness, more stable energy, and ironically, less worry about fluid balance the rest of the day because you start off on the right foot.
A third misstep that plagues older adults is skipping or skimping on breakfast, due to lack of appetite or the belief that you no longer need as many calories. While it's true your metabolism might have slowed from your younger days, your body still relies on consistent nutritional intake to sustain muscle, keep blood sugar steady, and provide energy for normal function. Many older folks claim they just don't feel hungry in the morning, leading them to settle for a quick cup of coffee or tea, and maybe a small bite of toast, if that. But going hours into the day with insufficient nourishment can result in fatigue, dizziness, or sugar cravings later on. Your muscles, especially if you're past 65, need protein to maintain themselves. And your brain thrives on a stable glucose supply. If you push lunch to midday without any real fuel in your system, you're effectively telling your body to rely on stored reserves in a less than optimal way. The result might be a slump around late morning or an overeager appetite by the afternoon that drives you to snack on sugary items or heavy meals that stress digestion.
If your appetite is minimal upon waking, consider gentle solutions: a small protein shake, a half cup of oatmeal with nuts, or scrambled eggs with vegetables. If solid food is unappealing, a smoothie featuring Greek yogurt, fruit, and spinach can slip down easily while packing beneficial nutrients. Start small and see if your appetite adjusts over time. Once your body realizes a morning meal is coming consistently, hunger hormones often respond by nudging you to eat regularly. That balanced intake can keep your metabolism humming at a stable rate. You'll find better stamina for any midday tasks, be it household chores or a short walk. Some seniors even notice improved mood and less irritability once they adopt a modest breakfast habit. Over weeks, the consistent presence of protein can help slow muscle loss, while the vitamins and fiber from fruits or whole grains can promote healthier digestion. Breakfast doesn't need to be a feast, but it should supply your body with enough building blocks to function well until the next meal.
The fourth morning mistake might sound trivial yet can sabotage well-being. Immersing yourself in negative news or stressful information the moment you wake. Perhaps you have a habit of switching on the TV to catch the latest headlines, or you immediately scroll through your phone reading about world crises or tragedies. While staying informed is valuable, older adults can be more sensitive to stress, partly due to changing hormone levels and the collective experience of decades. Flooding your brain with alarming content at dawn can spike cortisol, the stress hormone, raising your blood pressure and setting a worried tone for the day. You might find yourself feeling anxious or on edge, unable to focus on the tasks or pleasures that morning might bring. Over time, chronic exposure to stress, especially early in the day, can contribute to immune dysfunction, heart strain, and cognitive decline. The fix isn't to ignore the world but to set boundaries. Give yourself at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, after waking to perform your calm stretches. Drink some water, prepare a light breakfast, or maybe read something uplifting or watch something gentle if you must have screen time. If you want to check the news, do so after you've grounded your mind and body. That sense of control fosters a calmer approach. Some older adults find that limiting the news to a certain hour later in the day helps them stay informed without letting negativity overshadow their early hours. Others choose to read quick headlines from a balanced source and skip the sensational details. In the end, the goal is to guard your mental and emotional state at a delicate time, when your body is transitioning from rest to active wakefulness. By steering clear of excessive negativity, you stand a better chance of approaching the day with a stable mood, which in turn supports consistent appetite, stable blood pressure, and overall energy. If you replicate this calm approach daily, you might even feel a shift in how you tackle other stressors that come up, staying more grounded throughout your routine. A final mistake that quietly wrecks many older adults' mornings is diving headfirst into intense tasks or chores without a gentle warm-up. You might feel like once you're awake, you'd better get those groceries sorted, vacuum the living room, or lug laundry baskets around. Some seniors are used to a lifetime of jumping straight into work upon rising, but after 65, your body typically needs a gentler entry into physical activity, even if it's routine housework. If you skip this gradual start, You risk straining your back or pulling a muscle because your joints and ligaments aren't warmed up. Over time, repeated micro-injuries or persistent tension in your spine or shoulders can accumulate, leading to chronic back pain or knee trouble that hamper your independence. The remedy is to schedule bigger tasks for mid to late morning if possible. Once you've had that short time for water, breakfast, and mild movement, maybe you do an easy set of chair squats or arm stretches to get the blood circulating before you tackle heavier chores. If certain tasks can't wait, approach them methodically. Break them into smaller steps. Pause to stretch or breathe deeply halfway through, and avoid lifting items that exceed your comfort level without assistance. Additionally, consider investing in tools that lighten the workload. A laundry cart with wheels or a vacuum that's easier to push. The difference is that you're acknowledging your body's new pace. Rather than forcing yourself to keep up with old patterns, you adapt. Over weeks and months, that adaptation can help you avoid the painful mishaps that might keep you bedridden for days or require medication that disrupts your gut or energy. Instead of greeting the morning with dread of chores, you create a routine that respects your age but still allows you to be productive. That sense of confidence, the knowledge that you can handle tasks without punishing your joints, can be a massive morale boost, allowing you to keep your home environment comfortable and your body's well-being intact. If, as you read these 5 morning mistakes, you recognize patterns in your routine, leaping out of bed too fast, skipping hydration or breakfast, drenching your mind in distressing news, or jumping into heavy chores, don't despair. The beauty of these errors is that they're easily correctable with small but deliberate changes. Tomorrow morning, or even today if you're reading this early enough, you can test a new approach. Lie in bed for a minute to do gentle stretches, then sit up slowly, sipping water soon after you stand. See if that day feels different. Maybe your head is clearer, your body less stiff. If you typically go straight to negative headlines, try occupying those initial minutes with a calmer activity, a quiet moment by the window, a short gratitude reflection, or flipping through a lighthearted magazine page to ease into the day. Then plan a quick bite, even if it's half a banana with peanut butter, so your system has fuel. If chores await, segment them into smaller loads or schedule them for after you've had time to warm up physically and mentally. Over a week or two, you might notice a genuine shift in how your mornings unfold. Instead of forging ahead with tension and that sense of forced drudgery, you experience a gentle, body-honoring beginning that fosters well-being for the entire day. Admittedly, it may be challenging to break old habits that have been with you for decades. Some older adults might grumble that they've always done chores at dawn, or that they simply can't stand a big breakfast. That's okay. The point isn't to overhaul everything in one swoop, but to gradually incorporate healthier choices. Maybe start by drinking water upon waking, and see how that changes your energy. Or designate 2 minutes for bed stretches before you stand. The effect accumulates. Once you notice fewer aches, or that you're less exhausted by midday, you become more open to other shifts. Over time, these small improvements can lead to major changes in your overall well-being. You might discover that you no longer doze off in the afternoon from caffeine crashes, or that you're more patient with your grandchildren because your mind isn't weighed down by morning negativity. Often, these benefits extend far beyond your personal comfort. Family and friends might remark that you seem more upbeat, more engaged, maybe even younger in spirit. That reflection from others can reinforce your new routine, encouraging you to maintain these small habits that yield large rewards. Moreover, if you find yourself dealing with specific medical issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, or arthritis, adapting your morning habits can be crucial in managing those conditions effectively. For example, consistent morning hydration and a protein-focused breakfast can stabilize blood sugar, which is especially vital for older adults with insulin resistance. Meanwhile, a gentler entry into physical activity can help keep blood pressure from spiking or dropping too abruptly. If joint pain is a constant companion, careful morning stretching plus a short interval before tackling tasks can reduce the inflammation that flares with sudden exertion. Doctors frequently see improvements in medication effectiveness when seniors adopt these calmer, more deliberate mornings, because the body cooperates with treatment rather than fighting it. Keep in mind that your morning sets the emotional tone as well. If your routine is all about negativity or rushed tension, your mind might remain in a stressed state for hours, influencing everything from digestion to heart function. Conversely, a purposeful, gentle wake-up fosters calmer nerves and a sense of self-retreat. You realize, I'm not at the mercy of time or age. I can still choose how I greet the day. That sentiment can ripple through your entire life, making you more open to social activities, less anxious about typical aging concerns, and better able to handle unexpected stressors. In fact, many older adults who transform their morning routine find themselves reevaluating evening habits too, ensuring they get enough sleep or avoiding heavy meals at night that sabotage restful nights. The synergy is powerful. A good night's sleep sets the stage for a good morning, and a healthy morning routine encourages consistent, refreshing sleep. Over time, this cyclical reinforcement can shift your entire approach to aging, giving you more optimism and less acceptance of discomfort as an unchangeable fate. If you live with a partner or caretaker, consider inviting them to support your new morning routine. Maybe they can help with the heavier tasks or join you for a short walk around the block. If you're more solitary, you might enjoy a phone call with a friend each morning, just 5 minutes of friendly conversation to keep negativity at bay and get your mind engaged. If technology suits you, try listening to calming music or uplifting podcasts while you prepare breakfast, as opposed to jarring news bulletins. Little changes can drastically shape your mental and physical well-being, especially for older adults who might have fewer external obligations and thus more freedom to design the day's opening moments. Also, if you wonder how quickly you'll see results from avoiding these 5 morning mistakes, many seniors find improvements in their energy and mood within a week or 2. More significant shifts, like reduced overall joint pain or better metabolic stability, might take a month or more of consistent practice. But the timeline shouldn't discourage you. Every day that you treat your body kindly upon waking is a day you set yourself up for greater comfort, clarity, and resilience. The alternative is continuing to let abrupt rising, dehydration, skipped breakfasts, negativity immersion, or immediate heavy labor define your morning. That approach often leads to a chronic sense of exhaustion or grumpiness that you or your loved ones might mistakenly label normal aging. In reality, by your mid-60s or 70s, you deserve to greet each day with a supportive routine that acknowledges your body's changing needs. This shift in perspective can be both physically and psychologically liberating, reaffirming that aging doesn't mean surrendering your joy and momentum. So next time your alarm goes off, or you open your eyes to the morning light, remember these potential pitfalls. Take a moment to stretch gently in bed, ease yourself upright, and drink some water. Decide whether you can spend a few quiet minutes or read something uplifting instead of diving into negative headlines. Prepare a bit of breakfast or keep easy options available to avoid skipping it out of convenience. And if big chores beckon, see if they can wait until your body has warmed up. If you do this day after day, you might be pleasantly surprised at how your joints complain less, how your mood steadies, and how your day feels more productive. Yes, your age might impose new limitations, no one's denying that, but these small, strategic morning choices can restore a sense of agency and well-being that often slips away after 65. Over months and years, they help preserve muscle mass, keep you socially and mentally engaged, and reduce frustration about daily tasks. The entire second half of your day can be shaped by the first hour, so treat that hour with the care it deserves, creating a foundation of comfort and optimism that you carry forward. That's how you can continue to thrive in your later decades, proving that neither the clock nor your birth date has the final say in how you feel each morning you wake up.